Okay, welcome everyone. Here we are on our Unlimited Network Mastermind that we run every week, Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And the motivation or the passion for us to do this is to master this prosperity consciousness that I believe and sense inside that we are made of. And it's really an awakening in the sense of letting go and coming out from the density of this consciousness of scarcity and limitation and separation and fear. And even though consciously we can have a lot of beautiful thinkings here and there, we have a lot of unconscious momentum that we need to be patient with, and to be very loving all the way. And I believe that the more we understand these dynamics laws of prosperity that we are studying with Catherine Potter, the easier it's going to be to experience all what we are learning here, and to really experience the prosperity in the sense of no limitations, but with our unique expression. Not all of us, we want the same thing. So this Unlimited Network Mastermind is dedicated to conscious entrepreneurs. And I want to talk a little bit about entrepreneurship in the sense of, what distinguishes an entrepreneur to a non-entrepreneur, to what is the spirit of an entrepreneur, let's say, and I would like to unite entrepreneurship with leadership, with leading your own life, and having that ability to, the difference, I think, let's say, between being an employee that you receive directions and you can be an incredibly good employee. I don't have anything against. The opposite. I love the people that I could hire here and there. Remember that I was a medical doctor for 14 years in my clinic, and I do had employees, and I love them, and I love the one that is employee probably cannot be an entrepreneur, because entrepreneur requires vision and risk and decision and creativity. And I will say that some people are more passionate about that than others. And in our case, in Unlimited Network, from my perspective, and I would like to hear your opinion, guys, here, but in my perspective, to be an entrepreneur requires that passion for creativity, for growth, inner growth, outer growth. And in our case, concretely with Unlimited Network, we are looking, or we are supporting ourselves as conscious entrepreneurs, meaning people that has a vision and a goal, maybe clear, that they really want more in their life for whatever reason, more or less concrete, but that they act on that they support themselves in that direction, and that they are creative, looking for how that can be manifested. And the idea is to be connected with source. I love the way that, Arne, you were putting the post on Facebook yesterday, about is source, are you connected with source? Is source your ally in supporting your success, or not? And really the conscious entrepreneurs require spiritual connection. That for me is a beautiful oneness, if you want, between the past where, work or money or business was one world, the earth, the worldly work, and then you have your spiritual Sundays on church and blah, blah. I think that today you know, is united. It's like you cannot separate one thing from the others, and that's what we are, conscious entrepreneurs. So this mastermind, from my perspective, is dedicated to us, to people like us that are thirsty for really embodying this prosperity consciousness, to master it, and to have a wonderful life full of prosperity, ease, grace, all these qualities that we know from our true nature. So it is very interesting to see how we can grow in that direction. And Catherine Ponder is one of the biggest angels, I would say, of prosperity angels in my life. To study her, that I did many years now, was an opening in this way, in the union between my spirit and my earthly wantings, like wanting something physical. Today for me is a spiritual expression, and many years ago wanting something physical was, maybe a sense of survival, or I need to, or I have to, or kind of guilty thing, blah blah. So I would love to support all of us to grow you know, in this innocence of having it all and master the co-creators that we are, to really master that. I mean, at the end, we are creators, you know, and we have the entire universe in our favor, in our side. So let's play with that. So, any comments, Arne, about, or Candace, the fact that we are the three of us, let's nurture ourselves here, but any comments about the idea of conscious entrepreneurs? No?
I have something to say about that.
Go for it.
Yes. Just that I wouldn't want to be doing it if we weren't connected with Source, if that weren't how I were inspired to move. That's because that's where my priority is, and it has to be included in everything I do. And so it informs everything I do. It's a part of everything I do. Years back, I worked in an office, and I didn't feel like I wasn't unhappy, but I wasn't happy. Mm-hmm. And so I started a daily prayer for a little while, didn't take very long, of, God, just be with me here. Do this with me. And that was my way of saying it, or however somebody would say it, but it was still talking to Source, to my inner, you know, to the greatest that we have access to. I was asking that into my daily work day, so that whatever I did was imbued with that. And it changed. It changed my life in that office and for the future. So that's, in other words, that's how it's got to be for me.
Thank you. Well, that means, you know, that we fit into this conscious entrepreneur, you know, because you could be an entrepreneur completely disconnected, but doesn't really satisfy us. That's the beauty about people like us today, you know. And a lot of spiritual people, this is something that I want to say, is that we have conflict with the money, you know. It's like we think, or we thought, or I thought, personally I can say, you know, that to really look for physical something, anything, you know, was not my job. My job was just be love, you know. And today I understand, thanks to Catherine Ponte, that money is love. My car is love. This house is love. Everything is made of love or substance or whatever is the language that we want to use here. But thank you so much, Candace. And let's begin, Arne. If you don't have anything more to say, I think I'm excited here. I do. Okay, go for it, please. I would love to hear.
Okay. Yeah, for me to be an entrepreneur is it's intolerable not to be. I've tried a couple of times to be an employee, and I was very unsuccessful. You know, because I have so much creativity inside. So to have space for my creativity at the same time as having space for somebody else that gives me a job, what I need to be doing, there wasn't enough hours in a day for me to do both. I just needed to have my creativity come out, and it's not that I'm working less than that if I was an employee, rather the opposite. I'm working from passion. I'm working from it's really like play. It's my enjoyment of life. And of course, I have my own schedule. I do, you know, I can change what I do when I do it without asking somebody to do that. And so being an entrepreneur is very rewarding, but it's a lot of work, and it can be a lot of fun. And when we add the spiritual aspect to it, which is necessary for continuous permanent success, then that becomes, you know, a life spiritual journey. So that's double rewarding.
Thank you so much, Arne. I love it. We are on the same boat. It's nice, and it's so fun to work, you know, with conscious entrepreneurs, because we all go pretty much to the same obstacles, resistance, you know, like sometimes you lose the faith, and here we are to hand the hand to each other. And of course, I think one of the things that I'm very, very grateful today is to you know, because I felt that call for financial freedom in my case, you know, like, oh my gosh, I would like just to transcend money, you know, like to don't start to, I'd say, don't have any obstacle in my relationship with money, you know, to really be flowing and loving and happy and grateful and all that stuff. So to arrive to a place like that is really an inner growth, you know, that we have to do. And I love, because you develop compassion for that. I love the way you say it, Arne, because it really becomes a spiritual path. That is my passion, really. So it's almost like the work when she talk about what is this? Something about work, a mighty channel for prosperity, you know, and how work can be whatever you want the work to be, you know, could be a place to complain all day long, or could be a place to be grateful and learn and grow and blah, blah, blah. So after this introduction here, to make clear that we are conscious entrepreneurs growing and human beings, meaning accepting our human journey, we are going to revise today, especially because we have Doc Fran
No.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Really? Okay, yeah. I don't know, I'm not sure. I see you. Yes, live. Okay, perfect. Sorry about that. I have some problems here with the internet. We are in Costa Rica in the middle of the jungle, and we have this in and out, but I'm glad that I don't lose the connection completely. So what I was saying is that Doc Fran and Jay are attending today an event with IQ Live. That is one of the business models, that business vehicle, let's say, that we have chosen to play with and to grow with, and was very passive until now. So we are very expectant to see if Doc Fran and Jay come back with good news. And we see, and we also are part of iGrowNet, that is this wonderful business vehicle that I personally feel much more engaged, much more active, and because they are much more active and transparent, and I mean, it's a very beautiful company. And on Monday we go live, June 29th. So this, yes, is exciting, and this social media. It's something I wanted to say, and I don't know how much we will do here with the chapters here, but it's interesting what we are exploring right now. You know, social media, to me, that I am a spiritual life coach, social media, I really jumped in like 5 years ago, doing a multi-level marketing, and I discovered it. And in the beginning, of course, was not needed in my life. And the opposite, I was almost like, no, you know, it takes too much time or whatever. The thing is, evolution is inevitable. And the same thing that when I didn't need, you know, a cellular phone, today I cannot not have a cellular phone with me, you know, like if I go, even if I go to the woods, you know, I take my cellular phone in case something happens. So life is, evolution is practical and makes our lives easier, I believe. And of course, you can engage with consciousness or not, and that will bring the difference between being happy or dependent or unhappy about any new thing, you know. But social media, for me, there is a spiritual aspect in it that I want to share with you, because not only, maybe it's because my glasses of spirituality goes everywhere, but I'm really enjoying a spiritual teacher that is called Matt Kahn.
Because when you talk now.
Okay, can you hear me, Candace? Just a little sign. Yes, I think so, because I can hear you now, Arne. Can you hear me from the inside, Arne?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So what I was saying is that to really filter or to envision or to, I would say filter, I don't know, to look at the social media movement, let's say from the spiritual perspective, is very enriching for my heart, I will say, because not only is that tool to connect with the entire world, our entire planet without frontiers, you know, it's almost like, I don't know, I have friends from everywhere, really, in the world here, you know, but it also allows you the free expression of yourself. So the more evolved you are, the more you are going to put posts and pictures and things that are empowering. And one of the laws of the dynamics laws of prosperity dynamics laws of prosperity by Catherine Ponder, it really talks about the law of increase, to empower others, to always see the best of things and of people and of whatever. And this is something that we can do in social media. And I love that. I love that my business really today is to impact my world, my wall, my friend, if you want, with my passion in life. So to express myself fully and completely without, you know, in total transparency and authenticity. So we can, it's almost like the way I use it, you know, it's almost like social media is a way for us to get together conscious people. And this is something that I love about it. And you know, the new platform of iGrowNet is like the people are so empowering. Why? Because all of them, for now, until we become public for the, you know, in 2 days, but for now, all of them are pretty much conscious entrepreneurs or something like that. So I love social media to use it for the benefit of all. So it's up to us how we want to filter that, but we are lucky, and I was just saying that because we celebrate that Monday 29, iGrowNet goes public, and we can start to unite the social media and e-commerce and to do our social media platform that I believe is a way of making easy our life. We don't need to go anywhere. You click there on the platform, you look for something that you want, and you check the best price with some discount, you know, but also you get some more. If you are part of this entrepreneurship, you will get some commissions from the friends of your friend, of your friends, of your friend. That is really is about a lot of connections and a lot of people and a lot of expression here. So I will say, in your life, in your business, and in your world. And here we go. After that, let's go and begin with the dynamics laws of prosperity. And we have the first chapter was about the shocking truth on how to be the right to be rich, to come out from this capsule, you know, box where we were met in, from the old consciousness that understood, if you want, the spirituality in a way of, you know, the poor is more, you know, charity or scarcity. You know, it's almost like the rich from the Bible. You know, we were reading that the rich we have more difficult to come to heavens, you know, than the poor, and it's not that at all. We can understand in that chapter that our birthright is to be rich, because if we are an expression of God, Goddess, universe, source, love, call it the way you want, but the all there is, let's say, if we are an expression of that, we cannot have limits. And we are, you know, from our ignorance, from our dormant consciousness, when we don't know that we are one with everything, we really think that we are separated, and that separation creates limitation, you know, and then guilty, and then all the process about punishment or whatever. So I don't want to spend too much time there, but we all come out from that, and we come from there. So we have to be compassionate with that. And it's not about judgment, it's about excitement of the new, okay? So it's not about judging what is old, it's about understanding our progress and waking up and to really integrate inside it. And this is in our heart, you know, has to become in our DNA, has to become our program, you know, the right to be rich. So how do you feel? I will ask to you, you know, how do you feel when you know that is your birthright to be rich? and to stop, you know, with all the excuses that we make. So in the chapter of money, we will talk a little more about that, because we send very, very many conflict messages to the universe, okay? And it comes from this. So that first chapter is super important.
Can I say something?
Yes, please. That's what I would like. Yes. Arne is coming.
Yeah, this is something that really hit me in the head the last week here. And you know, there's two sides to it. One is I'm lesser and don't really deserve to receive, or I am the rich person, that I am the creator of my world, and I am I'm the God. So I am again stuck in not being open to the truth. So the shocking truth is I deserve to be rich, but I'm not the cause of the richness. The source, the formless source, is the cause of the richness. So when I really tap into having the right and being a part of the what's the name of the chapter, the shocking truth of my rights. My rights is to be a custodian, the caretaker of the world that appears with me. And the better caretaker I am, the more I have to take care of. But as a part of being a caretaker, I am also enjoying what I'm taking care of. Now, if I forget and think I'm not the caretaker, I am the creator of it, then I forget my position, and then I have to start to be the creator, which is very, very limited compared to what the source can be doing. So the shocking truth is I have to find my place, my true relationship with the source, the formless source, and take that place, and then I will have all my connections in the right place. I will not be the source, but I will also not be a part of the process. I will be a part of the process, but I'm the caretaker, not the creator, not the source. That's
Wow. Wow, that's amazing, Arne. I love it. I love it. And you know, I need to grasp it even more, you know, I mean to grasp it, to understand, yes, to grasp it in the sense of ponder it, you know. Ponder, we are going to ponder it. Catherine Ponder. But thank you for that. And yes, I think you are reflecting a little bit, you know, between attachment, you know, or the freedom of enjoying temporary, you know, things that are temporary, but not to lose it, you know. It's like to me, I catch myself, you know, like possessing, you know, like, oh, this is my house, you know. Instead of saying, maybe, you know, this is my how you were saying, like the place that comforts me, that, you know, that God is given to me. Like there is one sentence from Catherine Ponder that says, you know, I am richly housed by the rich substance of God. You know, it's almost like to always put, like you were saying right now, I think, Orna, to always put the cause of whatever it is that is manifested in this world, you know, coming from source, you know, instead of from me separated or something that I create here that will take a lot of time, by the way. So thank you for that, Arne. Beautiful. I don't know if Candace needs something, but let's go to. No, she didn't open. If you want to talk something, we open the microphone, okay? So then I can see that someone wants to say something. But let's go to the basic law of prosperity, that is chapter number 2. And here we start to see that these laws are A, B, C, D. It's almost like when a baby starts to walk, you know, you need gravity, right? Because if not, you cannot get, you know, in contact with Mother Earth. I mean, these laws are the basic laws, I would say, and to really understand them and to play with them, and to, you will see that you can read this book 5 years from now and you will get more things, you know. It's kind of interesting to see how that grows. But the basic law of prosperity really refers of that you have to give to receive. And this is something that, thanks to Catherine Ponder, I would say I understood. You know, when you see the movie movie The Secret, I think is super amazing, you know, and visual, that I'm very visual myself. I could understand, have to give you losing something here, you know. Is the giving is to vibrate. Is I'm giving to the universe, okay, what I want the universe to give to me, so then I can manifest it physically. So she called it in the book irradiation, the law of irradiation and attraction. So if I want to attract financial freedom, that is my goal to express or to accomplish, if you want, with my conscious entrepreneurship here. Financial freedom, I need to learn, or I need to offer that financial freedom to the universe. I need to vibrate in comfort, you know, in financial freedom right here and now. Because it's not that I'm going to be financially free when I am going to be financially free. It's that I'm going to be financially free when I experience financial freedom, where I vibrate financial freedom here. And this is not something that I'm doing in 1 hour or 1 day. I'm working for years now on this. And I love to understand, and thanks to Catherine Ponder and some examples that she, I don't know what chapter it is, but she talks about a truck driver, you know, that start with his treasure map, his vision board, you know, or the fortune, the wheel of fortune that we will talk about if we have the time here in one moment. But you know, how this person started to visualize his ideal home, and little by little was growing, blah, 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 and this guy became financially free with a beautiful home, whatever, 10 years later. But the work is 10 years of work. Now, do you feel passion for this work, or you are doing it because, you know, I want or I don't want? This is what I like it, what you said in the beginning, Arne, about it becomes your spiritual path. In my case, for example, that it became, there is no way that I'm not going to be financially free. Maybe it takes me 30 years more, but meanwhile, okay, I'm uniting, I'm letting go the separation, scarcity, fearful consciousness, thanks to read these books, to be with people like you guys, to support myself in this passion that I have inside of being free. And at the end, is financial freedom is really an expression of my own freedom, capital letters, you know, that is my true nature, let's say. So it's very interesting to see the power, you know, of how can I embody, how can I irradiate, how can I give, if you want, before I receive, you know, and to master that. So if you have questions about that, you can email us, or we can, I hear my echo here. Yes, so you can email us, and we can, because I think we need to also recognize that maybe we need support, individual or personal support, on clarifying, you know, if you want something, how you vibrate on that. And I know that, Arne, you wanted to say something here.
Yes, and that, of course, we already have a world that we live in, and our object now is to change that world to a more successful and more prosperous world, which means something needs to change, and that is the having to vibrate, to vibrate in what we want to become, which includes we have to stop vibrating the way we are. And for me, you know, I have a big challenge, because I have a couple of places and people that I'm not happy with from my past, and you know, I spend time in being unhappy about that. But there is no way I can. That is the vibration I'm sending out. So I will just get more and more of that. So I really have to discipline myself and forgive, or whatever. In the end, it is to not hold on to that vibration, and start to see myself in the new vibration, the vibration I want to create in the future. So it is a sacrifice of being right about the past, and want whatever I mean, it's probably a never-ending story. I don't really even know what I want from it, but it's just a habit now, hanging on to the past that I don't want. So it takes consciousness to say, no, oh, now I'm thinking that way again. Now I'm talking to this person about that topic again. like I've done so many times. I have to stop right in the mid-sentence and start to turn myself around and gradually get into the new vibration that I really want to have.
Wow, master, I love you. Thank you so much, Arne. I really, really feel, and one of the things that I like about us, about our group here, our conscious entrepreneurship, is like, we are humans, and we walk the human journey waking up. So it's wonderful to feel compassionate about that, and I totally get what you say, Arne. It's this momentum and habit, and you keep catching yourself focusing on the same thing, because at the end, judgment, opinion, when we are love, we are this super silent presence, amazing fulfillment, be busy with yourself is what. Yesterday I was seeing a movie or something, I don't know what we were seeing. It's like, oh my gosh, how much time we spend, being busy with other people. It's almost like, of course it's easy to judge, but you're always in the other person. You're like, no, be busy with you, with your heart, with your connection, with your body, with your relationship with yourself. Oh my gosh, and extend that permission, instead of judging or whatever. But what you say is perfect, Arne, because the next chapter that Catherine Ponder guides us here, little by little, she really is building up, the prosperity consciousness here, is the vacuum law of prosperity. And here's where we talk about forgiveness and how nature, the universe, the laws of the universe, cannot have an empty space. So when you let something go, it's going to come with something, and here you have to choose what, like new, if you choose that, but to really let go, to me, let go and let God is kind of a mantra. I learned a very beautiful prayer from Catherine Ponder that says, be still and know that I am God, taking care or at work in this situation. And that for me, when I catch myself bombarding with, I don't know, lately I'm really good, but let's say I remember myself being, doing this work and then checking the bank, and oh my gosh, it's like, oh my gosh, again, what happened here? Like, I don't know, maybe $35 in the bank. You're like, really? It's like, oh. So at that moment, to stop and to say, okay, be still and know that I am God at work in this situation, and start to relax there instead of going nuts mentally, So that worked for me, and really to forgive, to be willing to let it go, to be willing to let go of what you were talking, Arne, the old self that is attached to that kind of conversation, or thoughts or thinking or whatever, to be willing, to be willing. To me, that's the beginning, and to catch that really, if you don't have more in your life today, in my case, it's funny because I feel very prosperous in all the aspects of my life: beauty, health, creativity, passion for life, everything. And financially, I'm on the edge. I'm living better than ever, so we are changing a lot this year. Things are coming in much stronger than last year, so I'm very happy about that. But again, it's like the more dense aspect probably, or more material aspect of my life, that I'm creating here. But this is the process of being super gentle in the process, because at the end, mind changes. And today, for example, the way that I look at the bank, how many times I open my bank, and I could feel the contraction, right there. Oh shit, again, how am I going to do this? That's on automatic. And to stop right there and to say, thank you so much. This is an opportunity for me to choose what it is that I want to focus on. This is the result of my old thinking. Welcome, I love you, and I let you go. I forgive you. This is the result of my old thinking. And now I'm choosing to think in prosperity consciousness. And then I'm still, be still and know that I am God at work in this situation. And I'm saying all these things because I practice them, and help me a lot to feel today much more comfortable and to appreciate my life physically, even not only spiritually, that's something easy, but physically, much more appreciation and gratitude for everything that I can enjoy daily. And that is a process. So, I invite you to be patient with yourself and conscious, in the sense that appreciate every time that you have the opportunity to let go of the old, okay, and to open up to the new. Every moment of contraction is an opportunity for us. Contraction, judgment, limitation that you see, anything. Every moment of contraction is an opportunity for us to choose again. So we go for it, okay? This is the invitation here. Any comments? Law of Prosperity is chapter number 4, and here I love it because it's where we make peace, or I made peace myself with desire. You know, like to really understand that when we desire something, okay, it's not wrong. To me, I grow up, you know, like you can engage with life from a sense of dissatisfaction, you know, not enough, that we are, many of us identify with that kind of concept, and then we are never going to be satisfied. We always want more, 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 you know, but when you start to be a conscious entrepreneur, and meaning conscious prosperity, let's say, you start to see that it's not coming from because I need or coming from scarcity. It comes because I want. I want to experience. It's kind of excitement. The difference between the old consciousness and the new is like the new for me is excitement, is passion for. I can see myself, oh my gosh, you know, like going to Peru with my parents and or my dad in this case, you know, whatever, doing the things that I really want to do from my financial freedom, instead of, you know, my gosh, you know, I have to do this because then I will do that. Like it's 10 times more dense, you know. So the eagerness, the passion comes from being satisfied here and now, connected with source here and now. And if we are not, that I am not all the time, so I have to say I keep growing in this direction because I love it and it's more and more often, but if I am not, is when I can forgive. I go back to the chapter before and I say, oh, this is
Lost audio for you, Monica, and your screen's frozen. Well, patience, everyone who's listening. She'll be back.
Yes.
Hello. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Good. I'm so sorry, guys, for this inconvenience. And again, forgiveness, let go of the limitation here and keep passionate with what it is that we are looking for, you know. And I think to apply this forgiveness, I mean, the chapter of forgiveness is super important because if you don't let go, you cannot bring in the new one. So go read that chapter again and just enjoy the capacity that you have. I mean, are we privileged or what? You know, as beings, you know, it's almost like we can choose, you know, what we let go, where we want to put our attention, what we want to create here. I mean, this is so powerful. So remember the powerful law of vacuum, okay, forgiveness, letting go. And now we were talking about desire, sorry. And then I was just to acknowledge, I want to say thank you to Catherine Ponder and to the universe, you know, to all of us here, that I make peace with desires thanks to this chapter, because to understand that is in a and that God expands and creates more through my own desires, and to distinguish if I engage from this limitation that I was saying before, or if I engage, you know, with my desires from a place of gratitude and fulfillment. So that for me is the key, and make peace with wanting more in your life, that wanting more from you expressing that and enjoying it, you know, not from your place of poor me, I need it. You know, I had a lot of poor me in my old consciousness, and I needed to make love with that. So I just invite you to check it in. You know, sometimes we have this little girl inside, in my case, you know, with zero value, that I needed to take care of in the sense of loving it, you know, like, oh my gosh, loving it, and build up, you know, my own sense of confidence that we will study next Saturday. We are going to study a chapter that is called self-confidence. But to make peace with that aspects of poor and you know, getting attention from not having enough. I mean, I have a mirror today, you know, with my mom about that, you know, like she really gets attention by playing small, you know. It's so interesting to see. And I need to make peace with that aspect in me, because if I see it outside, somewhere in me is there. So how can I make love with that, you know, instead of judging my mother, that I do, by the way. And let it go, you know, and to really make peace with that aspect
Oh, it looks like she's frozen again. Gosh.
Thank you, Candace, for being there. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I probably lost what you are saying. That I'm sure is so beautiful.
It
You were
was, oh my goodness, we lost Monica again. She'll be back. Something like that. I didn't say it that time, but I said it before. So
okay.
anyway, we're
Well,
just
thank
learning to
you.
be patient with the jungle, with the jungle.
Jungle Internet.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, thank you, thank you. Okay, so we continue here, and then the next chapter was the Imagine Law of Prosperity, the law of, I mean, the master in imagination, you know, and we were talking here about the Wheel of Fortune, how to play, how to be clear in the Wheel of Fortune was really talking about the 4 quadrants, you know, of a big circle, let's say, and how you can divide your life in these 4 aspects of your life: spiritually, family, business, and lifestyle, you know, that you want. I mean, you read the chapter, you can play with that, but to have some clear picture of what it is that you want in your life, that you would like to experience, you know, and to start to savor it, and to start to spend time, you know, like enjoying that thing that you want, or many things that you want, with knowing that the universe is listening to your own engagement with that, you know. So that was very, very powerful. And also, you know, the Wheel of Fortune was also very powerful to me, is where I learned on that chapter that it takes time. So sometimes I was judging myself. I mean, I'm like now for maybe 5 years, you know, that I started to wanted financial freedom. So interesting to me, you know. It's like 5 years. It's like, yeah. So the good news is that I'm having more and more fun. That I have to say, because I started from a scarcity consciousness, and today I feel like I'm more open to prosperity consciousness. Even though it's not fully manifested, I can see it in many, many, many aspects. So it's a growth process. Be patient with yourself, okay? That's for sure. Then we jump into the prosperity law of command. You know, this we play, I mean, command, to have the confidence. I cannot wait for next Saturday to study the self-confidence chapter, you know. But command for me is to master, you know, to have the certainty in my head that whatever I affirm, you know, but my affirmations or creative questions in our case, you know, that they are an order, you know, that the original substance is so unconditional. That's who we are, you know. It's unconditional, the substance that takes the form of your command, of your thinking. So to have the strength of realizing that I am commanding, I am ordering, I have the faith that whatever it is that I send out in thoughts, words, or actions, okay, is touching the universe, is affecting it. So that's why we need to be so conscious, I would say, you know, like, where do you put your attention? Are you all day long complaining, or all day long in gratitude? If you are in gratitude, you will get more of that, you know. So the command was very powerful to me. I wrote here something that I love the highest and best in all people, and I draw the highest and best people to me. So what I'm saying is, like, when you affirm something that you believe and that you know and that you are confident, you are commanding with much more strength. So I would say, get familiar with your affirmations. Little by little, they will become commands, okay? Because you know, you believe in them. It's something that you know the universe will respond to it. Powerful, again, powerful. Yes, Arne.
Gratitude is a new realization I have this last week. Not the word. I've heard the word for you know, forever. But gratitude, until lately, it was, I'm grateful to whatever, the source, the something outside me. I'm grateful. I'm so grateful for it, to it. And just this last week, I realized, like, this chapter here, no, it has nothing to do with being grateful to something. Thank you so much. No, it's not about that at all. It's about, when I am grateful, I'm putting myself in that vibration that will send out the world that I want to be able to see. So the gratitude is like forgiveness. It's for my own sake. Nothing to do with anybody else. I have nothing to do with the outside world. So gratitude seems to be the fastest way to change the vibration into the vibration that I want to be having to see the world that I do want to see.
Arne, let me understand a little more what you said here. Like the gratitude is not to be grateful to something or for something, right? Or to someone. It's more about, I would like to hear it again, if you can say it again, because I want to grasp it.
Yeah, gratitude in the past for me was, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, Monica. Thank you so much, God. I'm really, really grateful that you have giving me a healthy and happy life. I'm so grateful for that. So I thought that was the meaning of gratitude. And now I understand that, no, that's not the meaning at all, because the outside might not be hearing it. And even to you, Monica, if I say I'm grateful to you, your mind might be somewhere else, or you might not be able to take it in or hear it in the way I'm saying it. So there's nothing to do with me giving it to you, but the process I go through by being in gratitude, I am changing my own vibration at that moment. And because I'm changing my vibration, I'm changing the vibration in the mirror of the world outside me. So the point is to change my vibration. I don't think God is sitting up there and saying, hey, give me some more gratitude, okay? You know, I've given, look all the things I've given to you, and I need some more gratitude. No, there is no one else on the other side. It's only me being in different kinds of vibrations. It can be in the vibration of guilt, or vibration of anger, of non-forgiveness, or the vibration of gratitude. And maybe vibration of gratitude towards certain topics. Because when I'm in gratitude to those topics, I am so grateful for a million IT users, free users, 100,000 IT affiliates, and 10,000 IT associates. I'm really grateful for that. You know, now I'm starting to vibrate in that. I'm starting to see the vision. I'm starting to feel it, and from that, it starts to become manifest in the world as something that I can experience more and more and more.
Wow, I love it, Arne. I love it. It's always like to be grateful for my financial freedom, let's say, whatever it is, or $50,000 per month, or $100,000 per month, or whatever it is that I'm looking for, being grateful already here and now. Is that what I get? Yes. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I love to explore and to discover and to integrate more here. Wonderful. Yes, Candace, I can.
Well, I was just thinking about that advanced gratitude in advance for something that Arne sees those members fast forward in time, and he, from this moment forward, his consciousness will pick up. It'll go through life and it'll say, that'll help me, that won't, that will, that won't, you know, and he'll be able to check them off one by one and take the ones that will help him reach by the others. And I think it's so important to realize that gratitude keeps us in that place of acknowledging, I am here now. I am the one who's living this moment and doing the best I can. And yet the gratitude has said, and yeah, we're going someplace really cool. That's what I wanted to say.
Thank you, Candace. Okay, and we keep going after we were here on the prosperity law of command. Now the prosperity law of increase. That's something this year I got it. I love it. You know, but as a coach, we are educated, if you want, to empower our clients. So it's something that, you know, I'm good at it, and I love it, to see the good in people or whatever. But I never really realized how empowering that is to my own self. It's so funny. So there is something like, it's really the desire to increase the good in every word that you see, you know. So I can focus on the half glass empty, or I can focus on the half glass full, you know, and to really start to see the best. For example, I was talking about my mom, you know, just some minutes ago, and I can focus on all of that, or I can, every time that I see her, oh, mommy, you are so beautiful, you know, and then she smiles, for example, you know. I mean, what can I say that can help that person, or that can, you know, like, increase, if you want, the value, the well-being, the feeling good about it, you know, of that person, that situation, or whatever, or myself even, you know. So that this is a habit that we can take, okay? So read the chapter and really play with the beauty of seeing the best in everything, and that's, you know, to be positive and beyond, I think. And it's a practical habit, so that's something that we can all do. Give yourself and others that how to say, that sense of increase, you know, the value that you are very valuable. And I'm attracting very different people into my life today. I mean, I have a really new friend that I met through Facebook, by the way. It's so funny. And gosh, I mean, she's so empowering, you know, and she sees me like this super light and blah blah, and I'm like, yeah, you know, only light can see light, but I see light too, you know, so beautiful. So we are dancing on the same kind of sea, if you want to say, you know. So very nice. So the love increase, powerful to master it, to feel in love to it to begin with, and then to start to practice it, okay? Then we have prosperous attitude towards money. This one, for me, is the most, I will not say the most important, because I think all of them are, but the most revealing, in the sense that how we unconsciously keep sending different messages to the universe. It's like one conscious aspect of us wants money, wants financial freedom, wants to have this super life where we don't miss anything, and the other part of us is trapped into the poorness of the world, the suffering from other people, the scarcity here, the problems there, the understanding that maybe it's not so good to be so rich because what happened with other people. So at the end, we don't send a clear message. And this, for me, read this chapter, I tell you, I mean, to understand that money is energy, money is love, money is divine. And so divine, and so much consciousness, so much unconditional love, that money is going to get the reflection of what you put on it. So if you come from a consciousness of separation, judgment, limitation, guilt, effort, struggle, money is going to reflect that. And then money is going to be struggle, separation, cause of fight and separation and blah, blah, blah. But I'm the first source projecting into money. Money is innocence. Money is love. Money is like who we all are here in the essence. And if I switch my consciousness and I start to project into this incredible unconditional love mirror that we call money, that was made to help human civilization, if you want to exchange things, make it easier and quicker, instead of going with my eggs and you come with your pork, or you come with your apples, you know, and I go with my lettuce here, blah, blah. That was wonderful when it was. Today could be slow. We are a lot of people here. So how do we manage to evolve in civilization when money was a step? I think we are going to transcend it, though. At one point, we don't need it, but we are not going to transcend money by judging it or rejecting it. That I guarantee. So we have to make peace with that and explore what really is money made of. Like a chair, like a car, like a house, like my body. Well, it's made of love, and it's up to us to see that. Love or consciousness, or call it, you know, I use love because the way I feel it, but you use your own word, you know, that connects you with source or something like that. So I think to be very yes, Arne, go for it.
Well, I have my own story here with money. Basically, all my life, I've been using credit cards, And even if I have my pockets full of money, I go into a store or a restaurant, I would always use a credit card. And I thought and I always paid them off and all that, so it wasn't a problem. But the process of giving the credit card, I noticed that there was a little bit fear in there. Well, in case something happened, I better have my money in my pocket. Then if I spend that money, then there is an uncertainty. In the last month, I've noticed myself that I've been paying cash. And even though I have my credit cards, there's been a transition. I was in the store the other day, and I was there, and I was supposed to be paying, and naturally, I pulled out the cash. And I shocked myself. It's like, what are you doing? That's not you. Well, there was a sense of trust, sense of trust. I think that was the bottom line, that I will be fine economically or financially after this transaction as well. I don't need to defend it, protect myself, and keep the money in my pocket and then defer the issue to later on when I pay the credit card bill. So that was a huge step forward, and I think it's a good thing. So I want to see if I can. But that happened naturally. So I was really happy that was such a natural, spontaneous movement on my part, and I hope that will continue that way. Or I intend it to continue that way.
Congratulations. Yes, good, good. You know, money is becoming our friend, and we can relate with it and talk and face it and touch it, you know, instead of, ooh, you know, I don't look at it. So no, we face it and we process whatever it is that wake up in us. So thank you so much, Arne, for that inspiration. And can you hear me?
Yes.
No, yes?
Yes.
I see you like kind of stuck there. We are almost at the end of our hour, but there is, I mean, let's see if we can finish this, because it's so, I feel so passionate about it, and then we are going to be ready to jump into the next chapter of self-confidence. We get all this, you know, like grounded and integrated here. But the next chapter really talks about work, a mighty channel for prosperity, and it's really all about how we engage with our work. What attitude do we have, how much we feel grateful and enjoyed and appreciated, and you know, really have things that, you know, helps you to enjoy your desk, and you're surrounded by things that relaxes you so you can do your work in quality time, and you know, you are present in what you do, you are dedicated and loving to what you do. In my case, it's so funny because with the social media business, you know, it's not that it was my habit to, I don't know, to go to LinkedIn, let's say, you know, and to really connect with people or whatever. It's something that I'm doing every day right now. And, you know, from doing it mechanically to doing it right now, I take a deep breath every time that I see someone that invites me. Every day I get like 3 or 5 invitations from LinkedIn. So I think I generate some kind of movement that now rolls by itself. So this is something that I'm sharing this because that can happen to everybody. That happened to me, can happen to everyone, that I guarantee, you know. But the thing is that when I see someone on LinkedIn, I bless the person. I love it. I see the little picture, I say, you know, bless you. You know, bless you, bless you. So I'm doing, you know, offering my spiritual passion for the light that we are, you know, to even into LinkedIn. So what is my attitude at work? You know, do I appreciate my company? Do I bless the foundation of my company? Do I support, you know, my team? Do I love people? Do I complain and see the faults or whatever? Because to me, you know, like I have my own little conflict with between IQ Life and you know, deciding do I put their energy or not or whatever. And to me, it's like, if you can change the situation, change it. If you can accept it, accept it. But if you cannot do any of these things, let it go. Because it entertains my own energy. It's like I'm not focusing, I'm not clear on what it is. So this weekend, I think this weekend and Monday, we are going to really see, you know, where it is going. And for me, I'm looking forward to take a decision. I think anything that comes out, if is wonderful what they open up, you know, to the public during the weekend, IQ Live. wonderful. If it's not wonderful, wonderful too, because that will clarify me, you know, where I put my energy. So I'm open to see what it is that life is flowing here. But in that way, to the work, you know, our ambience in the work, how much you enjoy your little actions or big actions, daily actions at work. So that's super important. Then we went to the chapter of financial independence can be yours. And again, that supports you to believe that is possible. And chapter is really beautiful, you know, but the price, the biggest price of that is that when you really choose financial freedom or independence, you really choose prosperity consciousness, you're going to have to learn how to don't care too much about what other things about you, or you know, if you have to let go some friends or even family members that they are testing you, I will say. They are empowering you, because if you start to doubt yourself because your mother, in my case, you know, doesn't support your kind of business or whatever, it's like, well, you know, I can be attached to my mother forever, or I can really trust my call inside. So at the end, is to realize that you are changing frequency, and maybe not everyone in your environment is changing at the same time, so you have to let go of some people. I don't know if maybe you inspire them and they come back, or maybe not, but to have the courage to do that. I mean, that for me was very, very powerful, and it is, you know, because I have many friends that I love, but they are not prosperous consciousness at all. And that affects me, you know, that is almost like, that's a frequency. I notice it more and more. So I love to be with people like us that are pro. Maybe we don't embody it 100% yet, but we love it. And that passion, we can feel it. And that's what this is how we nurture each other here. Okay, so that's one of the prizes of financial independence. One thing that I learned in that chapter that I want to share because it's fun is that she says that the number 10, the power of number 10, and blah, blah. So when you give out, let's say $10, think in your mind that $100 are coming back. And I love that, because lately, every time that I'm going to the supermarket or I'm buying whatever, oh, $74 today. Okay, 740 are coming back. And it's funny because my mind says, wow, that's not true. I don't care. Feels
Come back, Monica. Can't hear you.
Now, can you hear me?
Yes, there it is.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you so much, Candice, for holding the space there. But we are completing with this. I think that I was saying about the number 10 is to have fun, to multiply always, whatever it is that you circulate, that you buy something or whatever, multiply by 10 and say into your head, into your mind, you know, oh, 10 times more is coming back. So if I spend $76, $760 are coming back. It's a way of playing, because one part of my mind says, well, sure, you know, that's not true. I don't believe it yet 100%, but I'm playing with it and it's fun, I tell you. So practice and you tell me, okay? And then the next chapter was the prosperity law of love and goodwill. I mean, blessing, trusting, invoking, you know, to me, to invoke divine love, you know, like divine love, please come here, show up, you know, all is well, take care of this situation. There's a little bit the same prayer, you know, of be still and know that I am God working in this situation, you know. So I think to invoke, to trust love, to see the miracle of love. I saw so many that I invoke love more and more easily and quickly, and let it go, like in everything, you know. Even in my, sometimes I discuss with Arne, for example, you know, and I stop right there. I say, okay, divine love resides within me and all around me. Divine love is between us here, and that's the only thing that is real. And suddenly I see a miracle there. So wonderful. You practice that, you know. And then last week we worked with the chapter, the prosperity law of prayer. That to me is to acknowledge that we are in constant connection with Source, with the divine in our hearts, let's say, and that we can master that. We can really have a direct communication with Source, and to feel the presence of God source, love, whatever, within you and all around you, I think is to be humble and proud at the same time, to go to your knees and to really ask for what you need from where you feel that you need it there, trusting that the universe is listening to you, because you are the universe, really, you know. So to master that prayer in the sense of communication with the divine and connection with the divine, I think is very powerful. I mean, the way that Catherine Ponder, you have to read that chapter too, because I mean, the ability
There we go again, off into the jungle. We should have jungle drums to transfer the message across from village to village. The village in this case being our individual computers.
No.
And now we are here. Okay, well, in that chapter is where she talks about the different ways of praying, you know, from an affirmation with your heart to what she was saying, like to meditation in silence, but to really feel, to really experience that you are peace, that you are silence, that you are presence, that you are this universe, you know, and to get more and more familiar with that frequency. So with this, I think we are going to complete for today. We went like almost 10 minutes by here, you know, but very interesting for me. I feel super excited and grateful to have this opportunity to keep deepening in this growth with all of you conscious entrepreneurs. And I wish you, just to say goodbye, a wonderful week, prosperous week. We get together, that's going to be June 4th, I believe. Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, we are going here, July. You know, June? July, yes, July. Oh my God, July 4th, that's going to be a big event. Are we going to have a mastermind there?
Probably not.
Probably not. So that means no. Okay, so we are going to skip next Saturday. We will send you an email, all of you, I mean the ones that you are registered here, and we probably go to the following one, and that will be middle of July already. And but we will keep in touch here, and we will continue with the law of self-confidence, the prosperity law of self-confidence, that is going to be perfect to really engage, you know, in the middle of the summit here, like feeling strong and confident. So read it before, so you can come in with questions or comments that we can integrate more. And have a wonderful 4th of July. That's amazing. So it's going to be the 4th? Saturday, next Saturday. Okay, so wonderful. So let's celebrate the 4th of July in full prosperity on, and we see you the following Saturday, and you will receive an email for that. So thank you, everyone. Sorry for this little too much time, but thank you so much for all your comments.
Thank you for Monica and Candice and everyone else.
Thank you, Arnie and Monica. Wonderful to be here, and